Hey, before we get this video started, we want to do a quick shout out to Mule Team. Congratulations to him on the birth of his latest grandson. Good job, buddy. Congratulations. Looks like you've been doing a lot of overnighting at the hospital, but I hope everything's going well with you and the new family members, and just a big congratulations. I think that's what he said, that's his fifth grandchild or fifth grandson. I can't remember which it was. But congratulations. Sure be busy, buddy. We look to see you back on here when you get recovered and everything going. Now on to the video. Hey, good day, YouTube. Good afternoon. Thanks for checking in. Just wanted to make a video because I haven't made one in a while, and it's not been because of lack of want, just lack of time. The powers that be keep me busy, I guess you'd say. We got some serious haze going on here for some smoke coming in from fires from California. I think might even be up Wild Iron Horseman's way where some of this smoke is coming in from. Last I checked, there's just a couple over there. Depending on which way the smoke goes, we could get them from either one, north or south of here. But definitely hazy today. Which I guess has been a good thing because it's kept it a little bit cooler than they've been talking about 108-degree temperatures, and I think we're still staying in the low 100s, so it's not been as bad. I don't know if that's because of some of the smoke keeping the heat out or if it's just the way it's worked out. But definitely been fire season this year. A lot of it has to do with all the vegetation that grew up because of all the rain this winter, all the runoff. Grasses all grow, they dry out in the late spring, early summer, and fire season is on. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. Not that I necessarily had an agenda either. I've had a bunch of ideas that I've been trying to put together, and every time I get an idea, it escapes me before I can even get close to the time to talk about it. The different issues as they come up, different things I look into. In particular, I thought about a video about the police forces and law enforcement. I got some ideas. I had some ideas for the education system and the destructive history of how an education system has worked against us. A lot of you would find that interesting, I think. Yeah, I think a lot of you would find that interesting. I was thinking about doing that education one in a live chat to kind of get some discussion going after I ran it a little bit, but I gotta set that up. So that's another idea. There's just all kinds of stuff. The Bundy situation, the trial, kangaroo court. There's just always, every day, something makes you want to jump on here and rant and rave a little bit, and everything. And then there's times to refocus too, and just focus on your immediate situation and what's going on and what you can affect in your immediate AO. You know, what's affecting your area around you. You got to focus on sometimes. But despite all the North Korea, Russia hype, all the stuff you kind of try to ignore on the news, with the firing of this person in the White House or this person, it all still seems like a distraction, because there seems like a lot more important stuff we should be worried about that they never talk about. It's hard to figure out what that is to a large extent. other than just get ready for the ride and be ready when it gets here. But that does bring me to one thing I wanted to mention or think about, ponder, and that's prepping channels themselves. Us, I guess can't really exclude, been talking about it too. But we always talk about the event, preparing, get ready for the event, prepping, being ready, doing what you can now, all the different subjects for SHTF that you can imagine. But we never get to, what happens after. Because it seems like if you watch most prepping videos or channels or shows, movies, it's going to be perpetual SHTF for your lifetime after it occurs. You're going to be reduced to growing your own farm in perpetuity after SHTF, producing your own food from there out, regardless of whatever skills and abilities you may have. That just seems to be the resolution, or the final answer everybody has. There's no discussion about recovering after the events, whether it's war, economic crash. Everybody seems to be resigned to be in their own little bubble until something gets sorted out, and they'll fit back in some other how. Everybody talks about being ready to ride it out and just taking what gets delivered to you after the fact, not being proactive to implement after that system to prevent it from being as bad as the current one. It just seems like everybody would rather be in their own little bubble during the SHTF event to be prepared for, and no forethought on the backside, on the what's coming after that. Places that have their own communities already have got that part figured out, and I'm not sure about what they've got thought of that beyond that. When you talk about places like Viking preparedness, what they've put together, Pastor Dow, what they've put together, places like that, they've thought a little bit more long term, and they're already in their community, I guess you should say, regardless of what happens now, then, or even after, an event. SHTF, they are, it seems, dialed into their communities the way they want it to be now and after, which would be good. Depending on what happens, obviously they might not be able to get the same supportive services, and to continue to grow their community in the same way, but they do have a lot of skills that they focus on, and within the numbers they have in the community, they could grow it after the fact. I think that's what everybody needs to think about. How are you going to grow after the fact of SHTF? How are you going to improve your lot and not just eat what you can grow in a couple 100-yard garden, barely subsisting because you can barely get water, or whatever the case may be, because it's things are that, everything's falling apart. There is no outside support. I think people also need to think about how to restart, I guess, but in order to get past that, you got to get outside the individualistic bubble of me and mine and think about putting skills and skill groups together, just like what Viking Preparedness and those guys have done with groups. You got to do it now. Because if you ride out the storm together, you're going to be better to recover after the storm together. Everybody needs to be thinking about that. Everybody needs to be looking beyond just internally your family, because it's, again, just like the individual lone wolf isn't going to get through SHTF, I don't think. After SHTF, after things go bad, just a family group or a small group is not going to be able to get through very long together after the fact either, I don't think, because you're going to have to expand. And you know, right now when you're preparing, you can go out and find all those things in the diversified economy that you need to help you get ready. After the fact, you're going to need those things, a lot of things that you're not going to be able to get unless you get them now, as far as skills and people, because you're going to have your own internal diversified economy, to put it, I don't know, I can't really think of it any other way. Diversified skill sets, so that people can do all the different tasks and duties and work and things to maximize efficiency. That's the whole nature of the way things have developed, and I don't see that they'll develop any other way after the fact, because you can't wait for other guys to figure it out and they grow stronger. They don't necessarily have good ideas and good intentions, and you know, you get warlords and chieftains basically fighting again across the plains. That could really be what you're dealing with when authoritarianism kicks back in, that provide safety for people at a heavy cost to those people, of course. Really got to look at how we're going to put a group together, and that's why I think those models of what Viking Preparedness has got going on and some other places, communities, that's the best solution for beyond after the events, because you got to get stronger, because you never know what's going to be coming around the corner. You don't want to wait, as we've often said, until it's at your doorstep to deal with the problem. So just something to think about, people. You got to think beyond the events of SHTF. Think beyond, you know, surviving that and getting through it, and how you're going to prosper afterwards as well. And that's 9 times out of 10, it's going to require a community that can process resources and maximize their abilities and maximize their time and effort, so that there's no wasted effort, because wasted effort in those environments is definitely going to could cause you some loss of many things, and some of those could be life. So I'm not saying I'm having the answers, I'm just trying to put it out there as the thinking exercise of really how do you prepare for this after the fact, because SHTF could, you know, that could be a day event, not even. It could be several weeks, obviously, depending on the breakdown and how mobile different groups are. You know, Mad Max it gets. You could have the problem of continuous marauding and plunder, but that stuff might thin its out for a while too. So there's some things to think about, YouTube. I want to try to get some of those other videos put together, or a chat maybe for, like I said, the education thing. Kind of pick up the pace here a little bit. Even though it's summer and I pretty much am busy till dark, it seems like. Can do one after that, a chat especially. So just some things to think about. Y'all be careful out there. You know what to do, prepare, live free.